Having a kundli in your pocket, in your phone, in your tablet will come handy, because whenever there is a transit and you are watching such videos, you can directly go to your horoscope and check how it is related to your own horoscope. How is the Dasha Mahadasha right now running in your life? And for that you can book a Kundli PDF report, which is an elaborate report, a system generated 300 plus pages report, which caters to your need of all the astrology data. It feeds you with not only your basic charts but also detailed Shodash work chart, divisional charts, all the types of Dasha, Mahadasha, Antardashas, and also an overview of 10 years of your life with current year predictions. This gives you a great guidance and a bird's eye view of your life in the future, how the future holds for you, and you can decide for yourself whether you want to take that step that you are thinking of. So book your Kundli PDF today and keep the destiny in your own hands. You will get a bonus numerology section if you book our detailed Kundli PDF. For more types of PDF reports catering to different yogas, catering to all the 20-year analysis, 10-year analysis, check out the website. Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Now Jupiter is about to move back to the sign of Gemini on 5th of December till 11th of March. Jupiter will remain retrograde, and this retrograde Jupiter will be in Punarvasu Nakshatra. And when it enters the Gemini zodiac sign, Jupiter comes back, and now Mercury and Jupiter creates a very strong bond and association. So if you are in Jupiter Mahadasha, Mercury Antardasha, Mercury Mahadasha, Jupiter Antardasha, if you are born in Punarvasu Nakshatra, or if you have planets in Punarvasu, then this is definitely going to be a very, very positive time for you. But still, a retro planet is Ati Bali. That means the Cheshta Bal is very strong, that is trying too hard. Sometimes when you try too hard, things don't work in your favor. You should exactly know, after careful evaluation of your situation, what is the right amount of force that you will have to apply, what is the right amount of effort that you should apply. Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra will help you. It will teach you that patience is a virtue. Patience is going to help you a lot. So what about your ascendant? Let's discuss that in detail, and a technical breakdown will come soon on the Divine Circle platform. So do subscribe, do join my Divine Circle membership on YouTube and on Patreon, so that you get to know much more deeper insight in Vedic astrology. I'm planning one video per day on that platform. A lot more insights will be shared there, and that's a community that is more like a kind of a place where I can also talk a little more freely. The ascendant wise analysis will keep coming on my YouTube platform as usual. Nothing is going to change on the public platform, but something extra is waiting for you. So join the Divine Circle. You can go to YouTube membership, click on join, move to Divine Circle and subscribe. Let's start the ascendant wise analysis, and if you want to take my consultation, do drop me an email. Aries. For Aries ascendant, Jupiter will be moving in the third house. Third house Jupiter is going to make you re-evaluate your connection with your siblings. Remember, this is a retrograde Jupiter in Punarvasu Nakshatra. It wants you to re-establish the relationship with people you have always been connected with. This is going to make you rework on the karmic patterns of your life, and it is going to resolve any communication related issues that you have between you and your siblings, you and your neighbors, people who are your well-wishers. You may also have a feeling of homesickness and you would want to travel back to your home. You would also want to take initiatives related to your health, and this restoration of, or the beginning of the restoration, will happen when Jupiter falls back to the Gemini zodiac sign. It's definitely a time where critical thinking will improve, and third house is also house of not only Purusharth, that means abilities, but it is also the house of new ideas. Jupiter, because it is aspecting the 7th and the 9th house, can give you great business ideas. So for Aries ascendant and especially for Aries moon sign, this can act as a blessing. If Jupiter is aspecting your 9th house, definitely means that this is going to work on your Bhagya. This is going to work on your destiny and your own actions, your own reworking on different karmic patterns of your life will give you new beginnings, and it will help you do something big in your business. If you are having any problems where you think that maybe you are heading bankruptcy, you are going on a very financially low scale, Jupiter will help you also. This Jupiter will force you to rework on your aspirations, why you started things in the first place. And then because of its aspect on the 11th house, ultimately whatever you start now, after a lot of careful rework and repeated planning, you will end up getting a lot of gains. Foreign travel, foreign export and import, reissuing of the visa, all that can be affected, but this is definitely a time to restart, renew and rejuvenate. If you're a writer, if you are somebody who is a script writer, content writer, if you work in dubbing industry, travel industry, Jupiter will actually be of a great blessing for you. If you are in the field of consulting, if you want to upgrade yourself in education, Jupiter will help you. If you are in the field of teaching a foreign language, or if you want to learn Sanskrit or something different so that it gives you that extra edge, do it now. Taurus is going to experience a retrograde Jupiter in the 2nd house. A 2nd house retrograde Jupiter is good for bringing back the finances under your control. Remember, this is a planet with higher Cheshtabal coming directly from the 3rd house to the 2nd house from the point of exaltation, but being in the same nakshatra of Punarvasu. As long as Jupiter will be retrograde, it will be staying in this nakshatra. So as long as you follow the dharmic principles of earning money, Jupiter will give you a lot of wealth. In fact, unexpected gains, unexpected support from family members will come during this time. This is also going to make you rework on a lot of factors related to the 2nd house. 2nd house is called savings, bank accounts. You may end up diversifying your investment, you may end up diversifying your portfolio, you may end up correcting the financial courses of life, which is good. So take advice of somebody who is an expert in finances, but don't, because Rahu is still in the sign of Aquarius, don't follow real-based advice of financial analyst, rather have a one-on-one consultation. Now, 2nd house is also connected to food. If you have any dietary related problems, if you have any dental problems, if you have any problems related to, you can say, financials blocking you from correcting your health, Jupiter will help you recover from that. Thyroid patients will also see their thyroids getting corrected. This is a correction method, correction time. That means you will have to do something for that. It won't happen automatically. Yes, Jupiter will give you that stability, finances and support. And when you're working with those energies in a positive way, and if your 2nd house becomes strong, it will give you security of life. It will make you feel more secured, more content, and trust me, this can be the best time of your life. For Gemini ascendant, this is going to be a time where Jupiter is coming back on your 1st house. Naturally, 1st house is about you, your personality, what you like, what you dislike. When Jupiter is coming back, this is more like a shift in you. It wants you to rebuild you and throw away the negativity. So from 5th of December till mid of December, give yourself 10-12 days. Write down a proper plan what you like, what you want, what you don't want, what are the necessities, what are the essentials, what is the luxury. Create a life plan for the next 6 months for yourself. And once you realize whatever is unnecessary, try to remove them from life. Try to see if they can be readjusted and made productive. This is definitely going to make you revisit a lot of your past. It is going to make you remember all the past trauma, all the things that were hidden will come up on the surface. It will be more visible so that you can correct it. It's not a negative Jupiter. It's a time for health corrections. If you are feeling weak, take a break. If you're feeling exhausted, rejuvenation is going to happen. But how? Either a recovery can happen in a hospital or in an ashram or in a setup where you give your body and your mind enough time. That means if you are living in a hustle culture, there is no scope of recovery. So you have to be patient and give some time. Jupiter aspecting the 5th, 7th and the 9th house is good for your relationship with your children. If you have any issues there, you will be seeing recovery happening. If you have any business related problems, you will change the direction of the business and career will grow. If you are facing any travel related issue, you may end up doing a lot of spiritual pilgrimages, visit to ashrams or visit to spa, salon, where you feel that you are being, it's more like a therapy, not just visiting the place because you have a fear of missing out. It's more like visiting ashram, meditating, chanting the name of Hari, doing Hari Nam Kirtan, and you're feeling energized once again. This is going to correct problems related to solar plexus. Also, this is going to take away a lot of fear. It is going to make you face your fear. It is an identity reset, and which means your likings, your dislikings, your priorities are all going to reshuffle. Don't be surprised if you start loving what you hated till now. Cancer ascendant is going to experience Jupiter falling away from your ascendant, going back to the 12th house. This means this is going to encourage you to go and introspect what has been happening in your life, and this is more about your desire to be more on healing, but invoking also the properties of the 12th house and Punarvasu. It might mean a visit to a doctor, it might mean recovery from hospital, it might mean coming back safe and healthy. It might also mean that you are going for a deep cleansing in your life. 12th house retrogration represents correction measures, and which means that you may have to also sacrifice and let go of a lot of things. This might also bring back all those memories which you have brushed deep inside your heart. And now is the time to heal those deepest, darkest corners of your life. Jupiter in the 12th house is more like an ashram setup where you are visiting a place and you are trying to recover, you are trying to focus more on being a better person, being a better human being. This might also mean isolating yourself for half an hour every day and maybe just meditating, maybe just doing the puja. This is also a time where you will become more spiritual, more disconnected, and this is more like you just want to get rid of things. You just want to be more like enough is enough. I really don't want to put my mind and my head into these traumas. I just want to get the relief. I just want to focus more on getting the best that I can get. See, this is the time where internal energy purification is going to happen. You may spend a lot of money on yourself, on therapies, trying to identify solutions, trying to identify the places which can heal you. Nothing wrong. This is a great time for such kind of attempts. So go ahead, but just ensure that you should not spend more than what you should and what you can. In case of Leo ascendant, Jupiter will move in your 11th house from the 12th house, and being in Punarvasu, it will restore some of the old lost contacts. It is also going to reignite the passion within you. It is going to make you remember why you started things in the first place, and this is going to make you rebuild your network connection. Your aspirations will become more important to you. Don't think that you're becoming self-centered. But sometimes knowing what you really want in your life is very important. Jupiter here will give you support from people around you. If you are floating your CV, if you are asking help from people, you will get it. This is the time to consult a doctor, a counselor, a healer. If you are having any sort of mental trouble, if you are stuck in a situation, this is the best time to actually meet right people in your life, which will help you grow, which will help you undo a lot of mistakes that you have done, which will help you rework on your life, and well, you will be able to, at the end of the day, gain. Because for Leo, Jupiter is your 5th lord. Jupiter is something which represents your productivity, which represents your expression of life. This will also may bring back lost relations, lost romance in marriage, and this retro Jupiter energies can be very important for overall restructuring, especially say you are in a company, you are restructuring the hierarchy, you are restructuring your life. All that is possible with the Jupiter's energy connected with the 11th house. Jupiter aspecting the 7th and the 3rd house is also quite good for you, because it helps you reconnect with your lost friends. It helps you take more control over business and finances, and also it helps you to take initiatives and guides you with the right strategy. So build the right strategy. Punarvasu is restoration. You won't get this time until next 12 years. So this is one of the beautiful times where Jupiter heals you in spite of Ketu being in your 1st house and Saturn being in your 8th. For Leo moon sign, there can't be a better time than this. Virgo. Virgo as an ascendant will see a retrograde Jupiter coming back to your 10th house. Now naturally, 10th house is a place where Jupiter becomes debilitated, right, in the Kalpurush. But a retro Jupiter in the 10th house wants you to work really hard towards the passion, towards your career, and it will give you right advantage, right advancements in your career. But it also wants you to reconnect with your true talent, with what you really want in life, and therefore it will bring re-evaluation in your career. The career situation can actually turn out to be a little negative, because it will force you to think if you are a right fit in the right place. This is the time when you will be given more responsibility than what you can actually execute. It's more like a test of time. Professionally, this can be a little challenging time. You will have to restructure a lot of things in your life. You will have to restructure how you plan your business, how you plan your career, especially if you are in your mid-40s. If you don't have a job, maybe you can go back to your previous company. This can revive dying situation in career. Your career can get revived with a spark, a positive spark. So don't lose hope. Career-wise, some opportunities that are lost or that are pending or you're not hearing back, maybe from a client, you may. This Jupiter in the 10th house actually aspects your 4th house. So people who are connected with real estate, people who are connected with teaching, people who are connected in the consulting field. If you are in the field of, event management, you will see great boost in your career happening with this Jupiter. Jupiter controls your 4th and 7th house, by the way. So it controls your happiness, sukh. So it is also going to make you feel whether you are actually happy, content with your career, with your business, or you are actually just grinding yourself for nothing. You're going to reevaluate that situation and take necessary steps to correct and make you more connected with the family, so that you also spend more quality time with your family. Although for now, you may have to give more time and more attention to your career. This is more like a karmic correction. If you are a businessman and if a project is dead, if you are thinking that situation is going out of your hand, don't worry. A retro Jupiter will pull it back. Libra. Now Libra is a zodiac sign of balance. Libra is a zodiac sign where Jupiter is actually your third lord and your sixth lord. It controls the Upchaya houses. Your money, your daily grind is controlled by Jupiter. And when this Jupiter goes in the 9th house, Jupiter is very comfortable here because of the Dharma Bhav. But the retrograde nature of the Jupiter wants you to do something which is more karmically oriented. This is going to reshape your destiny. This will solve the matter between you and your father, you and the elderly, you and the gurus. This is basically where you are reworking on what you trust in your life, whom you trust. Your karmic patterns will break and it will be rebuilt by this Jupiter. With your own efforts, this is going to, you will basically challenge your own self and you will redefine your own boundaries. That is the beauty of this Jupiter. Remember, Saturn is now stable in the 6th house. The roles, the responsibility, you cannot escape from that. So what it will do is, you will rework on your entire life and try to fit in your responsibilities while you are working on your aspirations. However, this can derail some of your projects. This can make you lose trust in many things. This can make you face challenges. This can make you take away the people who you always relied upon as a test. Maybe Rahu in the 5th house in Shadbhisha is also causing a tremendous amount of vortex of energy. If you get caught in that vortex, things can go bad. What do I mean is that with Rahu in Shadbhisha in the 5th, you may end up trusting wrong people. So your belief system will break. This is the time when you really need a guru. But whom you are trusting as a guru, that matters the most. If you don't have a physical guru and you don't know what to do, then I will say going back to the point 0, reading Bhagavad Gita and trusting the divine is better, because then the chance that you will be betrayed is almost nil. You may also see hatred around you. You may also see ideological fight around you. Don't get involved. Just keep yourself aloof, isolated, and focused on your own trusted belief system. Spiritual trips, spiritual travel will actually help you a lot. Maybe going to a Bhagwan Ganesh temple and chanting Ganesh Ashtakam. That will work really in your favor. Scorpio. In case of Scorpio, Mars is combust in your 1st house, but Jupiter falls back to the 8th house. And remember, this is retro Jupiter in the 8th house. So what it can do is, it can suddenly create a shake-up in your life, but this time in a positive way. Because now Jupiter is coming back. It is trying to transform you. But you may not realize immediately. You may have to wait for some time. What Jupiter will do now, you will realize in April 2026. So what you should do? Go with the flow. Allow the internal transitions to happen. Allow the finances to reshape itself. You might also see that return on investment can be very high in certain areas of life. And let the insurance safeguard you in many cases. This is more like, because the 8th house is the house of death. Not in the literal sense, but termination, sudden termination. It's a house of secrecy. With retro Jupiter, it can revive something that was long dead. It can be good, it can be bad, depending upon your Jupiter and your moon. Anything that is connected with Tantra, occult, if you want to do deep mantra sadhana, if you want to do Ma Bagalamukhi sadhana, this can be a very good time, but you really need a guru. Do not experiment with these things. 8th house retro Jupiter can actually be very negative if you are experimenting with things that you don't know. This is a good time to explore, learn, and reconnect with your family, reconnect with your spouse, maybe start a joint venture together. Think of something that holistically can be good for the entire family. People who are working in the insurance domain, banking and finances, people who are working in data analysis, people who are scientists, mathematicians, research worker, or people who are doctors, psychologists, you will see good boost in your career. This is also going to make you believe that selling off a property or because of the upcoming expense, you might end up working with removing some of your loans and burdens, which is good. But how are you doing, whether your plans are right or wrong? You need a financial advisor for that. For Sagittarius, Jupiter will be retrograding in the 7th house. 7th house is about business, marriage. Jupiter kind of rules these areas, right? But a retro Jupiter in the 7th house means that your ascendant lord is in the 7th house, and matters related to business will keep you engaged. You might feel overworked. You might feel that old clients will come back, old contracts will renew. So don't be afraid. Your existing clientele, your existing network will once again rebuild itself, and you will be able to sustain even in the tough times. This is more about focusing internally on the marriage side. Punarvasu is to rejuvenate. So if you are having an ailing married life, Jupiter in Punarvasu retrograding will actually help you rebuild the lost trust, rebuild the broken relationship, broken hearts, and this can actually work in your favor. But if you're unmarried, that means you are trying too hard for it. And if you don't have a yoga, this can actually unnecessarily create repeated iterations, things getting stuck, things getting slowed down, because Saturn is in the 4th house. On the basis of 7th house, 7th house is about contract. 7th house is about any oath or any, you can say, promise that you do. Be very careful what you promise to anybody while Jupiter is retrograde, because you will be brought back to fulfill that promise and there is no escape. Especially if you make a promise to divine by taking any puja sankalp. Now this Jupiter will aspect your ascendant, so definitely there will be powerful feedback coming from people around you, especially your spouse. And if you are getting some feedback from your spouse, just try to give value to it. This is going to bring positive relationship angles in your life. This is going to bring positive network circle. This is also going to bring lost friendship, the contracts, the connections that you have lost in life. It will bring it back. It may also bring back the old business partner, and or some lost ideas can be brought back to life with respect to business. It's a good transit, but there is a concept of Karko Bhavanasham also playing in a limited scope while Jupiter is in the 7th house. The best way to handle this transit is to go with the flow, focus on this dharmic angle of everything, and when you're doing a business, maintain high ethical practices. Any unethical practice will meet a very bad fate here. For Capricorn, Jupiter moves back to the 6th house. A 6th house Jupiter needs a lot of rework. Because Jupiter is falling from the 7th house to 6th house, it shows too much of hard work, too much of struggle is now taking a toll on your body, taking a toll on your mind, and a lot of recovery is needed. So from the perspective of health, this transit focuses on recovery, going back to the healthy state of life, and you should be very careful, because if you are becoming careless, some old disease might relapse also as a warning sign. This is the time to correct anything that is associated with liver, digestive system, and if you are having any alcohol related problem, this is the time to get rid of it. This is going to correct your diet. Sixth house is also something that happens on a daily basis. It will make you follow routine. It will force you to follow a particular routine, because if you don't, then there will be a situation that will make you follow that routine. If you are in any kind of legal case, if you are in any kind of legal hurdle or challenges, that will be solved because of this retro Jupiter. It will bring your attention to the debts, and you will also realize who your true enemy is. Your old enemies might again come back and remind you. So the concept of Shatru Bodh, or the realization of the enemy, is going to happen with Jupiter in the 6th house. But the good thing is that it can increase the responsibilities of life. It can help you gain better career, better job, and you might go back into a good state of working, especially if you're connected to service industry. And with Jupiter aspecting the 10th and the 2nd house, this also resolves long-standing financial issues of life. It will bring some more clarity, and your expenses will also reduce significantly. But on the other hand, you may reinvest the saved money into the medical things, into yoga, hitting the gym, because it is more like an investment in your health. Aquarius is going to experience a Jupiter transit in the 5th house. 5th house is about expression. A retro Jupiter might make you feel nostalgic. It might take you down to the memory lane and make you remember all the past moments. Try to remember all the past positive moments. This is the time to be more optimistic. This is the time to focus on correction of karma. This is the time to focus on knowing what you can learn, and maybe there is a probability that you will have to unlearn and relearn a lot of things. As a student, this is the time to bring extra focus, maybe spend some extra hours towards your studies, because there will be distractions all around you. This is also the house of creativity. This is also the house of romance. A retro Jupiter brings back the golden period of life, makes you more expressive, makes you more poetic, makes you more creative. But if you have lived a bad past, then you have to learn from those past and try to make your future what you always want it to be. That Jupiter will bring the ideas, the creativity, the mindset that you actually need to rebuild your life from scratch. 5th house is the house of Amrit. So it kind of brings back the Amrit to the Devatas, and this is more like you will be enchanted by the positivity of life. So it's a very, very positive transit, just that you may struggle a bit, especially with your children, with how you deal with your child, and if you are willing for a childbirth, if you're going ahead for medical intervention related to childbirth, Jupiter can actually help you. But a retro Jupiter means anything that you try desperately, anything that you try more than needed, will not work in your favor. In some cases, students who have, or people who are in the academics who have a negative Jupiter in their chart, this can force you to relearn once again, skip a year. And although this is not a period of examination in many schools, but I don't know. If you see, if you are about to give an examination from now till mid-March, 11th of March, then you will have to be extra cautious. For people who are in the job sector, who are in the business, this is the time to learn a lot of new skills. This is the time to upskill yourself. And retro means trying to learn something that is very different. If you find yourself absolutely in the right place, maybe learn a new language, learn a new musical instrument, something that helps you recover and rejuvenate. This is the time to face your fears. So the monsters are not going to remain silent, but your Devata is stronger than them. For the Pisces, this retro Jupiter is more about your emotions resurfacing, your mindset changing, your connection with your mother changing, and any trauma that is associated with in the past related to mother will get corrected, will get healed. And because it is Punarvasu, we are talking about rehabilitation. If you are in any kind of substance abuse, you can rehabilitate yourself. If you want to quit smoking or alcohol, this is the time. You will understand what gives you prolonged sukh or prolonged happiness and sense of belonging rather than something that is more short-lived. So don't be surprised if you now love bhajan jamming instead of hip hop and rap song. This is more of a time to correct energies of your home, doing vastu corrections in your home. That you can do. Bringing puja in your home, doing havan in your home is recommended. A lot of people can buy properties during this time, so you may invest in real estate, and you may also see that a lot of people will invest in used property and then rebuilding it by breaking it down, rehab. But on the overall happiness, your first lord is in the 4th house. It's actually very good, but it is retrograding. So what are you thinking? You are trying to attempt something multiple times because maybe Saturn is in the 1st house. It is creating that drag, the friction. Who will be affected? Anyone who has negative Mars will still try to work a little harder. It won't fetch you any result. But people who have positive Mars will know exactly how much and to what level you will have to act, how much energy you must invest to get a proper return. So in this case, if in your kundli you have a negative Mangal, you should refrain from purchasing something, putting your money in investment, and any knee-jerk reaction has to be avoided. There can be foreign relocation, city relocation for many people. This is more shift from, I will say, gut feeling to more practical life. That's what Saturn wants you to do, because anyway, Saturn dominates your ascendant. It's a highly spiritual transit, but you will have to re-evaluate your position in your home, re-evaluate where you live. Maybe you don't no longer like the surroundings. Maybe you want to upgrade your office and move to a better space. All that re-evaluation will happen, but don't execute immediately. Re-evaluate. Check your finances. Once you know everything and you know the right path, after in-depth analysis, then you can take a call. That's how Pisces should proceed.